Welcome back, everyone. My next guest is Howard Farkash. He is a financial services insurance professional, and Howard has been on my show for over 5 years now. Howard also is, if you're thinking about needing to talk to somebody and you got to do, let's say, life insurance, Medicare. We're going to talk a little bit about you and what makes you different, but I just want to say something. He's your guy to call. Go ahead and talk a little bit about you.
Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to our listening audience. I'm happy to be here once again and share some time with you. Kind of tell you a little bit about my agency, which is it's a life, what's referred to as a life products agency. We deal in 4 main areas of insurance: life insurance, health insurance, including Medicare, long-term care, and disability income. Now that's the breadth of our involvement. Over the years, the insurance companies have liberalized their underwriting and made insurance a lot easier to get than it used to historically be. So that's one of the improvements within our industry over time. Today I want to talk, I mentioned to you earlier that I want to take a look at some statistics, and I think we're going to focus on the Medicare side of statistics. Let me just read a couple of things for you. This is the boring part of the operation, statistics, right? So here we go. 67% of people who are turning 65 and looking to get on Medicare wish they knew more about it. 74% of the people who are turning 65 think that Medicare is free. And 80% of people turning 65 think that long-term care is included within Medicare. There's a couple of falsehoods to those statistics, basically.
Yeah, like totally false.
Right, and the falsehood is that, first of all, Medicare is not free. For most people going on to Medicare, you'll pay $185 per month. You'll pay that through your Social Security processing or a direct contribution, your check or credit card, to the Medicare system, which is also referred to as CMS, the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services, which just happens to be an offshoot of the Social Security Administration. But it's not free. Now, there are 2 types of people who don't pay that $185 per month. And those people are people who might be on Access or Medicaid. Access is what we call it in this state. And they may actually wind up paying nothing if they're on Access. And then there's the flip side of that equation, which is people who are very high earners, have a lot of income. They will pay a graduated surcharge, and it could be as much as an extra $500 per month to be on Medicare. And what that, by the way, that surcharge has a name, like most government programs. Its name is IRMA. And the IRMA can range up to $500 per month. And it's for those people who do make quite a bit of money. It's graduated upwards, and I can help you with your exact situation.
What's a lot of money?
Oh, a lot of money. In excess, let's see. I think it's in excess, if you're single, it's in excess of $106,000 a year. You start on that graduated upward scale, and if you're part of a married couple, it's twice that, $212,000 a year. So, and it's a graduated upward scale up as high as $500 per month more, basically. So those are the 2 types of people who don't have to pay, who don't pay the $185. For 90% of the population, we're talking about $185 per month. So put an X next to that myth. It's not true. Medicare is not free.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing you might want to be aware of is that Medicare does not include long-term care, okay? Long-term care is the care you receive when you've been involved with a serious illness or a serious accident, and you cannot do, say, 6 functions of everyday living. And if you can't do those, you go on to long-term care, but somebody's got to pay for that. And you either can pay for it yourself, you can pay for it by going on Access, if there is room in the Access program for you. Once again, it's the Access program does involve certain limitations on your income. You have to be just about broke and have very little income in order to qualify for Access. So you probably need to do some planning about who's going to pay for your long-term care. Quite often it's going to be a relative of yours, your son, your daughter, your daughter-in-law. Those are people who wind up providing you with care because you might not have provided for a long-term care product for yourself, which will help ease the burden of payment for that care. So that's the long-term care myth. It's not part of Medicare. Medicare is nothing more than health insurance for people who have reached the age of 65.
When should people buy long-term care?
Well, that's good. I think good question. I believe that is, it's a matter of judgment. It used to be that you would buy it when you were approaching age 65. But then we found out that serious illnesses were striking us earlier and earlier and rendering us disabled or rendering us unable to complete those any two of the 6 activities of daily living. And because of that, people started to buy the insurance at a lower age, basically. So generally, I work with people who are in the 40, 45 year old range, and there's an advantage to buying it when you're younger, and that is the premium will generally be lower. Of course, premiums will be paid for a longer period of time. So you're constantly balancing out these left and right pocket kind of scenarios. One of the interesting things about long-term care now is there are different products out there than there used to be. And the products that are available right now have less of an underwriting requirement than they used to, and they can leverage the money that you put into. So let's just say you were saving some money for your long-term care because you didn't want to go live with your daughter or your son-in-law, basically, and have them provide care for you.
Right.
So you were going to finance it yourself by saving up special for it, and you put away $150,000, $200,000. That was your just-in-case money, and just in case you didn't use it, that was going to go to them when you passed on. Well, now you can buy a policy, a certain type of policy, and it can be, let's say you move it from your left pocket where you saved it up, move it to your right pocket, it's still your money. If you use it for long-term care, instead of it being $150,000 or $200,000 like I just mentioned, it can become as much as 2 to 3 times more valuable when you use it for long-term care. If you don't use it, it will still go to your family. So one of the old long-term care policies was on a use it or lose it basis.
Right.
And people didn't want to buy it because they say, hey, I'm not going to need it. I'm going to die when I'm 95 years old, and I'll never have bought an aspirin, for crying out loud. So the idea is, yes, you're not going to lose that money because it will go on to your heirs. And if it's money you were saving in one pocket, why not put it in the other pocket?
In the smarter pocket.
And get some leverage out of it. So that's another aspect of these statistics we were talking about. Long-term care is not part of Medicare. Let's go back to that first statistic I read to you, which said 64% or something like that. Can't see without my glasses. 67%. 67% of people wish they knew more about Medicare. Well, that's where brokers come in, basically. And brokers are different than salespeople that you get 800 calls from, or you see an advertisement, call 800. We are different in the fact that we sit down with you and we learn exactly what you are trying to accomplish, what you want in your way of your health coverage, your Medicare coverage, and then we find the product that's right for you. And so you might say, well, gee, where do I find a broker? Or how do I tell a good broker from a not so good broker? And for that, I offer a white paper. There you go. You can get that white paper very easily by calling 602-909-8433.
Now, let me explain something to you about Howard. When we talk about making sure that your clients know everything, you like to educate, but you not only just to educate, but that they understand, that they really understand. And when you send out an email and you've got it all there from start to finish, soup to nuts, you've got it all in there so that they understand. And if they still don't understand, this is a free service to you. You will sit down, you will talk to them, again, making sure that not only are they learning, but that they understand it.
Right, we want them to understand the product they're buying so that they know how it's working, what they can expect when they get out into the field with that product, basically. There are 2 types of products out there, Medicare supplements and Medicare Advantage programs. These are different types of products. You should understand exactly what the limitations and exclusions happen to be with each type of policy.
Just call Howard. His phone number is 602-909-8433. Tell him that you heard it on Networking Arizona. He wants to give you the white paper so that you can actually interview an insurance broker. And he says interview him.
Absolutely.
Interview him.
Me just as well.
Again, that number is 602-909-8433. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a minute.
Good open. There you go.
Okay, keep on coming over here.
Oh, no, I'll come back.
Okay. Okay, so the white paper, you had the book the last time. Did you want to do the book?
Okay, we'll get to it.
You want to touch it?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll get into it.
Okay. And that was, Medicare.
Yeah. Why don't you say, so Howard, I know you got a lot of giveaways, you always talk about giveaways, what else are we giving away today? That'll just kick me off. Are we having fun yet?
Yeah,
Yeah. See, every show is different,
I know. That's why I love it.
and I have no idea what I'm gonna say until I
It's okay.
walk through the door.
It's okay. It's okay, right?
I know what's
It's even
here.
better.
I know what's here, but I'm a little bit Trumpian.
If I'm not mistaken, it's Medicare made 1, 2, 3, easy,
You got
correct?
it right.
Okay.
But I'll say it, you'll hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, just kick me off with, so Howard, I know you always give away
Okay, gotcha.
good information that people need to have.
Okay.
What else do you have for us today?
Yes, sir.
That time flew by.
I know, very fast. The show seems to be going by fast today. That's when you're having fun,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
A minute.
Got 1 minute, 1 minute.
I gotcha. You got it on there good? Okay. You comfortable?
I'm comfortable.
Okay, good.
Ooh, Tapestry Insurance Group.
They're all over. Okay, you ready? So welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Howard Farkash. And at the break, we were talking a little bit to everybody, to Facebook land. And I know that you love giving away giveaways. You gave one a little bit earlier. It was the white paper. What else do we got to give away today?
Well, in that Medicare sphere, that's just part of our business, basically. Medicare is one part of it. Life insurance, long-term care, and disability income make up the other major components of our business. But it's staying within the Medicare field for just another moment or two here, is people have to come to the realization that Medicare can be taken in one of two ways. It can be taken as something very simple, just sign up for anything and see what you get, or it can be taken from learn all about it, learn what's going to be best for you in particular, basically. In order to help people understand what's best for them, of course, working with a competent broker is very important, but also people don't want to have somebody coming in and selling them something. They want some better information. So I've discovered a book that's very, very helpful to people. It's referred to as Medicare Made 1, 2, 3 Easy. It's written not in technical jargon. It's written for people who have not purchased health insurance previously, basically. And it tells them a lot about the traps of Medicare, what the problems are with Medicare, how to avoid those problems, what the timing is in order to go ahead and sign up for Medicare, and how the various parts all work together. And it's just written in such a way that most people can understand it kind of easily. Now, I definitely believe one of the most important things about knowing what it is you're going to be getting on that Medicare supplement versus Medicare Advantage split is to be able to defend your situation to your friends and neighbors who will say, you did the wrong thing. You should have bought the other thing. You should have, if you bought Advantage, they'll say you should have bought Supplement. If you bought Supplement, they'll say you should have bought Advantage. And they'll be very expert in why they did what they did, basically. Well, I want you to be expert in what you do just as well. So learn the differences between Medicare, and I'm not going to go into those today, because I definitely want to kind of orient it to some of the other work that our agency does.
Just call Howard. and he'll get it from him. It's 602-909-8433. Get the white paper, you get the book.
Right, as speaking of things that we give away at our agency is, we have another book, and that's usually for people who want to learn a little bit more about how money works. And that's the book that we call How Money Works, basically. And it's easily understood, tells you what you need to know about your retirement savings, how to keep them in place after you've retired, so you don't have to unretire, as many people do, because we live in very inflationary times, and people do have to go back to work because their original plan was not what it needed to be. So the book we have called How Money Works will help people understand that, and you'll learn basic things, again, not to get into the detail here, but the rule of 72, the rule of 100, those are important rules when you're managing your money. I am fortunate that many of my senior clients have referred me to their adult children, and it's amazing, even though these people were making very good money, how little money they had saved for their own retirements, because we tend to live in a spend economy. We're great consumers, probably some of the best in the world, and for that matter, people do need a little bit of help understanding how money works, and that's why we offer that book, ways of making sure you never run out of money when you retire, where to put your money so that it has both safety and growth attached to it.
So you can just call Howard at 602-909-8433. You got the white paper that's going to tell you how to interview a insurance broker. He would love you to interview him as well. Again, the Medicare Made 1, 2, 3 Easy book, and also How Money Works, the book for that. And what you like to do is help people get peace of mind.
Well, that's very important, because 2 o'clock in the morning, laying awake and thinking about what you're going to do for money for the next month or next couple of months, there's no way. It's
disastrous.
Look, you don't want to spend your retirement wondering what time the postman's going to come with your next Social Security check. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
The anxiety that we get in dealing with money problems, I think, has a serious effect on us.
Well, we're living in a very precarious time, and a lot of people who did want to retire can't. They just can't. They need to work.
Well, making light of our current situation, I will tell you, there are no tariffs on insurance premiums.
Well, thank God,
So
because that would be even worse. We'd all be really itch focus.
So that's just to add a little bit of humor to the situation.
Mm-hmm.
But there's insurance is a tool, and it's a tool that brings you peace of mind. It provides you with money when money is needed. That's the nice thing about insurance. You know, we talk about life insurance, and I've told you this time and time again. Somebody passes away unexpectedly. A GoFundMe page is not an insurance policy. But somebody passes away, you go to the funeral. After the funeral, you go to somebody's house, and everybody brings a casserole. Well, I'm proud to say that I don't bring a casserole. I bring a check.
I love that.
And that is so much more meaningful to people.
What do you want? You want a check, or you want a casserole?
Yeah, so that's part of what life insurance is all about. But life insurance is more than life insurance than it used to be years ago. Now you can get life insurance policies that will provide you with a benefit, a living benefit, if you should become seriously ill and cannot do 2 activities of daily living. What do we mean by that? Say a lady buys a life insurance policy, and it has a living benefits rider on it, and she develops a cancer. It's going to require a long course of chemotherapy. She's not going to be able to go to work because of it, because chemo can just literally wipe the devil out of you, basically. Well, there's a living benefit. It is true it'll reduce her, what she gets as a living benefit will reduce her eventual death benefit, but it's more important that she have income when she's having this battle for her life.
What are 2? You said they have to have 2 of 4?
2 of 6 activities.
2 of 6.
2 of 6.
What are they?
They're things like being able to feed yourself, being able to get out of bed, transfer, it's referred to as transferring, bathing by yourself, dressing yourself, feeding yourself, toileting, being able to get to a restroom and properly use it. Those are the activities of daily living. If you can't do those by yourself, then you qualify to trigger the long-term care benefit. So that's the important part about what the insurance companies have done over the years is become much more consumer friendly.
Yeah, I think a lot of people keep in mind they of the old ways of things, and they've changed. A lot of things have changed, and the best thing to do is to have a consultation. It's free. It's a free service for him to come and not only educate you, but help you really understand. And then you can pick what's right. You can make a better educational choice.
Sure, and this goes back to the whole doctrine era of what we have, my generation versus maybe the generations coming through at this point in time. And that is, we were preached to as children about our family obligations and taking care of our families. And you take care of your family in part by, should a misfortune befall you, that your family is able to handle that, basically. So you don't want to have to disrupt families through an unexpected death of a wage earner or breadwinner. Let's face it, you're the economic engine in many cases, or one of two economic engines within your family. And as such, you've got to make sure that that engine keeps on providing for that family even after you're gone,
Right.
or taken out of action because of a disability.
Oh, and I've loved the generation that you are from, and there's not as many of you left anymore, you know?
Well, that's true. The greatest generation is not my generation, it's the one ahead of me. But I think we've done some pretty great things, or we were taught by the greatest generation to understand the doctrine, if you will, the doctrine of family obligations. GoFundMe page just doesn't handle it.
Right.
It'll handle it for 60, 90, 120 days, but it's not there as a permanent issue.
You know, Howard has been in this field since 1997. And you are yourself, obviously you are a senior as well, so he's walking in your shoes, you know, and I think what's best about what I love about you the most is about how when you ask a question for Howard, he may not get back immediately, but he gets back with everything and more for you to understand it.
Sure. Now, in this day and age, we talk about pronouns like I, me, they, he, we, whatever. My pronouns are you and me. And here's what that's all about. My question is, what do you want me to do for you, basically? Those are the pronouns that I go by. It's very important that you get what you need when you need it and have it in place before you need it.
Let him help you. That number to call is 602-909-8433. Don't forget, he's got the white paper that has all of the questions that you should be asking an insurance broker. Again, he would love for you to interview him. And also the Medicare Made 1, 2, 3 Easy book, as well as the How Money Works book. And if there isn't anybody out there but Howard, he is the one for you to talk to about this.
Well, thank you, very kind. I appreciate the opportunity to be here.
What would you leave with your final words with everyone?
Call me at 602-909-8433. I look forward to working with you.
You know, and I would say that I have now known Howard for a very long time. And people think, there's a lot of things that they don't know, that there's a lot of myths out there about Medicare. You were talking about a few of them, of how some of them are free and what have you. I think another one at the top that I just wanted to mention really quickly is people think that it's done automatically for them, that they're gonna get a card in the mail or information in the mail, and it's not like that at all.
Well, that's interesting you should mention that, because there are thoughts that will become the way down the road.
It might help people.
Down the road, but at this point in time, you have to enter this area by yourself. If you never bought insurance before by yourself, you'll find out this is a challenge. You should get help.
Call Howard at 602-909-8433. It's a free service to you. It makes sense to talk and find out and to understand what the right decision will be for you. And that is what you want to do, is make sure that you're in the driver's seat of it, what works for you. He's got the white paper that you're going to get, that you can interview different insurance brokers, but interview Howard. He's fantastic. Again, the Medicare book, which is Medicare made 1, 2, 3 easy, and also how people, you gotta know how money works. That's the other book that he has. Call Howard at 602-909-8433.
Bye for now.